Thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm Andrea Marquez. I'm the host of Amazon's award-winning podcast, This is Small Business.
Our Force for Good panel starts on the Seller Spotlight stage.
And you're all in the right place, clearly, as you can tell.
What'd you say?
I know. That one will be tougher. And with that, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everyone for being here. We're here to celebrate forces for good. I'll let you each please introduce yourself and tell us a brief explanation of what your product and your businesses are. Whoever wants to start, yeah.
Sure, I'm Jessica Taylor and I'm the founder of Ezra Coffee. We are a specialty coffee brand that connects community, culture, and history over warm brew. One thing about us is this was designed, my sister's lactose intolerant. She has a soy and a nut allergy, so we have all mixed origin and naturally flavored blends so that you don't have to add any milk-based additives. So we're getting people back to drawing the true essence of coffee and drinking it black.
Hi, my name is Kevin Gatlin. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. The name of my company is Playtime Edventures. We design and manufacture interactive bedding for children's hospitals. Our bed sheets magically transform the hospital bed into a place for kids to play, learn, sleep, but most importantly, heal on.
My name's Chris Jones. I am the founder and CEO of Plant Therapy. And Plant Therapy is a direct-to-consumer wellness brand selling plant-based products like aromatherapy, essential oils, bath and beauty, personal care, household items, things like that.
And with that, so a big thing that we talk about here is part of what being force for good means is that you have an impact, a direct positive impact on your community or in the world, which your products do, you've been able to do. And we're going to talk about how each of you have been able to do that through your businesses. But a big thing about being an entrepreneur is balance all the time. You wear so many hats, you're trying to do so many things, and you're learning as you're going as well, right? There's so many things that you don't know until you live through them. So I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever experienced a moment where there is a tension between growth for your business while at the same time finding ways to impact your community? Were there in tension with each other? Whoever wants to take that one first.
Okay, yeah, I can start with that. So for me, our mission has always been to positively impact as many lives as possible. So that is like core to who we are. That's like our innate, like that's who we are. It's not who we pretend to be. And so for us, there isn't, I don't believe that impacting lives has to be about money and about donations. It can be about just the interactions that we have with coworkers, members of our team, including our suppliers and our customers, and just trying to build everybody up just a little bit. So I think that for me, there's really not a lot of conflict in those things.
And can you, before I go with the next ones, just tell us a little bit about how you're able to give back to your community through your business? Forgot to
yeah.
talk about that.
So financial giving back, like in a financial way, is also really impactful. And we are today, Plant Therapy is about 14 years old, almost 14 years old, and so far we've donated over $6 million to families in need and charities worldwide. So it is like a meaningful number that is actually making an impact. So yeah, that's one piece of it, and it is just finding a need, particularly around vulnerable people, and how we can positively impact their life. And sometimes that's through financial means, and sometimes other ways.
Is there any specific charity or group that your business has supported that you really like?
Yeah, there are so many that we're really passionate about. I talked a little bit yesterday about the Africa Heartwood Project that's doing water wells and orphan support in Liberia. Another one that we're really passionate about is the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That one has impacted me personally because my brother was a Make-A-Wish recipient. We went to Hawaii as a family when I was a kid through that Make-A-Wish program, and then we've been a supporter of theirs ever since.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
You want to share next, Jessica?
I'm also piggyback. I'm a Make-A-Wish Foundation person too. My sister had her heart transplants, and we did Disney. So yeah. But with Ezra Coffee, what we do is we provide scholarships to students who are currently enrolled in college and have holes on their accounts. And so what we do is for those students, they apply for our scholarship, and we cover those holes. So most importantly, they can stay in school and not leave with just student loan debt. And so to your point, when we first started, I knew that I want our brand to have a connection of service. So our core values for us are to empower, to educate, and to be of service. And so what we did was we started with a very small goal that we could commit to every single year in terms of what we're going to give back and how we're going to show up in the community. And thankfully, the Lord has been blessing that we have been able to exceed those numbers in different areas and with different philanthropic initiatives that we have as well too. I used to be in higher education and also in a K-12 classroom, so a lot of our work is focused on the collegiate experience. We also provide internships, so that's something else that we do so as well to college students who want to learn more about what it's like to work in the CPG space. What is it really like to be an entrepreneur? Is it as good as it looks on TikTok and Instagram? And I let them know that it's not. And so they participate with us in that as well too. So for us, while we were growing, we were very essential in making sure we were confident with who we are in our financials to do a small amount in the beginning. And then if we can do more, we can do more. And so we do the capstone projects with seniors at universities, the internships, and then also the scholarships as well too. Because we know that student loan debt is a major crisis that everyone is facing. And so we wanted to make sure that we can alleviate that barrier for students who are on campus, who have a hold on their account. We do up to $1,000, right? So just imagine you're having to leave campus, leave school, even with a good GPA, just because you have a hold on parking tickets or something or whatever it is. You can't get your transcript, you can't transfer, and you're just stuck in this cycle of wanting to move forward, but you can't. So we're going to help them leave that, and they can leave school with a degree and not just student loan debt.
Kevin, how about you?
So we're the opposite, right? We started out as a giving component, right? I tell people we're a for-profit company with a non-profit mindset, right? Our hurdle was when Amazon picked us up, put us on the marketplace, and we experienced retail for the first time. We had to make sure that our messaging, it was the opposite of the hospital, because in the hospital, our product is a need. In retail, it's a want. So the messaging that we had in the hospital, such as, you can draw on our sheets with crayons and washable markers, right? Well, when we told parents that in the retail world, they were like, you're teaching my kid to draw on everything else too. They're going to draw on the walls and everything else. We finally, we had to, real fast change the messaging on Amazon to make sure that we were talking about the fun, interactive activities that kids could play at home during the day and sleep on at night. So that was our tension moment in regards to what we do from a nonprofit standpoint and from a retail standpoint.
How long have you had your business? Has Playtime Adventures, can you hear me? Sorry, is it hard to hear me?
I'm 54.
How long has Playtime Adventures been in existence?
We started in 2014.
Did you see any difference during COVID with how your business operated?
Oh yeah, we went out of business. So when COVID hit, the hospitals went on lockdown, and because that was our primary customer, we went out of business. And then the BBA program reached out to us. That's the Black Business Accelerator that Amazon had. They reached out to us. They asked us to be a part of the marketplace. We got on the marketplace. They basically showed us that our sheets was just what the doctor ordered for kids at home as well. We saw tremendous sales, and then they put us in the Christmas book. We saw some really, really big sales, right? So for us, so it taught us how to create multiple streams of income.
Diversifying. Is that would that be the word, diversification?
Economic diversification.
Yeah. So I'd love to hear from both of you, and we can go with you, Jessica, of what your journey in the Amazon store has been like for Ezra Coffee.
How much time do you have?
Okay.
No, so Ezra started in 2021, so we are a pandemic baby. So we started during the height of COVID, and we went to retail first. And then we came to the Amazon platform, and similar to you, we came with the BBA. We started looking at them and went in, and it started great. Then we had some bumps. and then it was going good again, and then we had some bumps. So I would say ours has been a beautiful roller coaster, but we've been weathering through, we've been enjoying it. And I think we are at a space now over the last year with the support of Amazon within the sellers. We've been connected to different tools that have really been able to kind of help us take our business, as the old people say, from faith to faith and glory to glory, been able to move a little further in some of the work that we've been doing. And so we're really focused on some of that as well too. Thankfully, we didn't really experience a lot of the pandemic things we said before because we weren't there yet. But I would say one thing that has really been helpful to us is having an account manager and somebody working with us consistently on the account back inside to deal with suppressed listings, to deal with things being taken down. You know, one issue that we had with ours where we were going through a trademark thing with our brand. So all of our blends are named after significant events or individuals within our collective American history. And so we had to trademark every single blend, on our brand before going back to Amazon and going back up with all of our trademark things. So that was a piece, dealing with lawyers and trademark and IP, all that kind of stuff. But throughout the entire process, we had the support of Amazon. And I think by them sticking with us and being a partner and showing us how to navigate this and, you know, what to do and all those different things, it truly helped us and helped us continue to grow on the platform as well, too.
That's amazing to hear.
Yeah.
How about you, Chris?
For plant therapy, we actually started on Amazon. So we were an Amazon first brand.
That's
Our
right.
very first product sold was through Amazon's FBA program. So that was on October 20th of 2011. And immediately what we found was just a really wide customer base. And Amazon is like the best at, bringing customers and then the customer experience and that customer journey. So I think from the time that a customer lands on the page till they purchase and get an item is like that time frame is really short with Amazon, which is really beneficial. And it allowed us just to reach so many more customers and then just really propel our brand right from the beginning.
So in preparation for this, and yesterday we had a beautiful conversation with each one of you. I looked at your brand pages in the Amazon store, which look amazing. I'm wondering, because social mission is so ingrained in each of your business's DNA, it's a two-part question. One, do you find that customers gravitate more towards your businesses because of the social mission component? And if so, how do you show that on your brand page?
I think I actually don't know the answer to your question, whether customers gravitate to us because of the social mission. Although this has been our mission from day one, for the first several years, probably the first 5 or 6 years, it was all done in secret. It was like such a private thing to me that I was very interested in charitable giving and impacting lives, and which is driven by an example of my parents. That's just the way I was raised. But we didn't talk about it. It was very private. Like giving is a private thing. You don't put it out in the public kind of situation. So for the first several years, we never talked about it, and our sales were great, and we were building a brand. It's difficult to measure the impact of like our charitable giving on the income received back to us. And I don't actually even try to track that or measure it. To me, it's just, this is what we do. And then we also sell amazing products that are really effective and affordable. So people gravitate to us for that reason. And
do you talk about it on your brand page at all now?
That's actually a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Anywhere
on our Amazon brand page? My head of Amazon's here, and she's saying, yes, we do. So
okay.
We do, but I don't know how we talk about it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
One more time.
Yes. So my question is, do you find that people gravitate more towards your brand, to Ezra Coffee, because of the social mission component? And if so, how do you demonstrate that through the brand page?
I don't know, but that would be a good data point to collect, right? I mean, I can't say that they came because they know that we give out scholarships or they don't. It is on our page. It's a key focus of everything that we do. We have a whole page that highlights the students and what schools that they went to and what their majors are and, you know, their testimonials. We provide all of that. But it's core to who we are, right? Like, we're going to show up and give back to these students regardless of what we're doing, right? It's a part of our business and our foundation. So I really can't say if it's a data point that says they came from the scholarship.
It's
I need to
almost
look into that.
impossible, right? Because it's so
Yeah.
ingrained that one can't exist almost with the other.
And
in
the thing
branding.
too with keywords, we kind of put all of those
Right.
things in there so when people are looking for, because people will say that they found us looking for information on scholarships, like books and things like just how to apply for scholarships. And because we have that kind of stuff and our scholarship is a part of it, sometimes we come up in your space as well too. So I
How
don't
about
know.
testimonials? Do any? Because I feel do you have a different point of view on this, Kevin?
Yeah.
Or because it's also so ingrained. Have you had any testimonials about people coming to your brand specifically because they know that it will help others?
Oh yeah, we know. So we do a lot of team building events, right? So we partner with a lot of corporations. We work with their corporate social responsibility teams. We take our Playtime bed sheets or our disposable sheets and we create kits around them. We include or we curate other tools that can be utilized for kids in the hospital to help keep them distracted, or for first responders to provide during service calls to kids as a distraction. We get a lot of press, and I know because I live on the Amazon app, the next day I see an uptick in sales, right? Because we were on the news at least 3 times that day. So we can track, or we have been fortunate that we see a uptick every time we do an event.
Any testimonials you'd like to share with us?
Sure. Yesterday I shared, there were 2 testimonials, and we get a lot of images and stories and so forth, but we had a first responder I was talking to. He told me that he went to a service call and it was a domestic situation and there were children present, and one of the officers went back to the trunk, got a kit for kids, took that to the child, and when the adults saw that, it changed the energy in the room to the point where they actually apologized to the officers for coming there. Another one was we were doing the hospital was putting in a reorder, and the lady was telling me how they had a child that was they were really, what's the word I'm looking for, uncontrollable per se. And then when they got them into the exam room and they saw the sheets, they gravitated to the sheets. Our sheets come with cars and crayons, so they're able to play with the cars and the crayons, and it changed the energy of that child to the point where the nurse says sometimes they have to sedate kids, which creates a longer process for them to be in the hospital.
Yeah, of course.
I just want to go back to your original. Initially, you asked if we could see it on Amazon, and so that was not that. Could we see it within our business? Absolutely. So much so that, like you was sharing too, we have testimonials as well where people have decided, I'm supporting this because of your scholarship program.
Love that.
To the point we've also had corporations where they carry our coffee in their cafe areas who've decided they want to go in partnership with us to help provide additional scholarships. So as it relates to our entire business, yes, we have seen it, but on Amazon, I think that's a data point that we can look into tracking.
I love that.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have any testimonials you'd like to share on your No is okay too. Not that you don't have any.
I'm trying to think of a specific example of. I don't have one to share.
It's okay. We can come back to that if you think of one.
All right.
But I do have a question for all of you. Do you have any advice for an entrepreneur who thinks that they might be in a position where integrating social responsibility into their business model can inhibit growth or can make the business's growth harder? Any advice for an entrepreneur who might think that?
So my advice is just to do it, right? The one thing about this side of the fence is there's no competition in doing good, right? So if you want to outgooder me, and I'm making up a word, but if you want to outgooder me, and then we're all winners. So it's only going to amplify your messaging and your product and what you're doing on the retail side, but it's also going to add to that, on the giving side as well. So let's all outgooder each other, right, and make a difference. So it's not going to hurt your business at all.
I would add on to that. I think it actually keeps you firm in what it is you're doing, right? When you have something outside of your initial mission, like our give back components, those days when it gets tough, when things aren't going right, when you're deciding, why am I really even doing this? that component for me allows me to say, this is bigger than me. This is bigger than coffee, right? I'm really helping change the lives of these students. And I think when you have that, that's something that's going to keep you on days when numbers aren't the focus. Money's always the focus, right? But you understand what I'm saying. You have something larger than where you are. So I would say that it goes there. I would say another thing is, if you're going to do it, make sure that you are you're actually solving for something. That makes any sense, right? You're actually addressing a problem, and go all the way in on that, because that will actually also help you find new customers and a different target market than that your actual product has. So I would say go for it.
I think my answer would be just to stay genuine. I don't know that giving from a dollars and cents standpoint, I want to have a giving component to attract new customers and make it as an advertising play. I'm not sure that makes sense, but I think that if it is something that's genuine, if you want to actually make an impact and you want to actually give back, then you will. So I think it's just, that's the same thing. Just do it.
Yesterday, I remember you said something that stayed with me about being good stewards of your money. Can you talk to me a little bit about what that phrase means to you and your business?
Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit, because I feel like I have a responsibility to use, if you are sharing your money with me, even though I'm exchanging something that's valuable to you, which is a great product that's effective and affordable and plant-based, you're buying something, but also by you giving me that money, then that gives me a responsibility to do something good with that. So for me, you can buy lavender essential oil from lots of companies, but you should buy it from Plant Therapy, because we will take that money and then we'll be responsible with it, and we will use that money to impact lives. So I think that's it. We're good stewards of the money that you've entrusted us with.
I love that. My next question, you might have just answered it, and that's okay, but what does it mean to you to be a force for good? It doesn't have to be specific to your business, just in general. What does it mean to be a force for good?
It can be very minor, or it could be something that's just internal, like a one-on-one conversation. In a one-on-one conversation, we actually talked about this post microphones yesterday, and
we did.
I think those one-on-one interactions, you can be a force for good just by being kind, and everybody can do that. Yeah. It doesn't require. I think there might be a tendency to say, when I reach X milestone, then I will be do good. I'm going to try to outgooder you when I reach the next milestone. But I think that's not necessary. Yeah. It can just be in one-on-one interactions. And if you have an interaction and somebody leaves your presence feeling better about themselves, then you are a force for good.
I love that. How about you, Jessica?
And how does it feel to be a force for good? Was that what it says?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think for us, it's been a testament to the work that we are doing. When I started coffee and wanted to have a mission-focused component to it, a lot of people were like, why? Why do you want to spend additional time and resources doing this? It takes a lot to have a philanthropic arm. We have a nonprofit arm to our business, right?
It almost seems like an added business to the business.
It is.
Right? Yeah.
It is. It's a separate tax filing. It's a whole nother thing. But I was very confident in what I wanted to do and how I wanted to show it for my community. And also, I used to work in higher ed. So I used to see a lot of amazing students who had great GPAs leaving campus for these different holes on your account. And one girl we did 2 years ago, her hole was $700. I have homegirls that spend that on pocketbooks. Literally, she was going to leave college her junior year because her parents couldn't pay that. They lost their jobs during COVID. And so for us being able to come in and step and close that gap for a student and for a family, when you think about it, particularly a first generation family, you're changing the trajectory of an entire generation. So for me and for us to be recognized, for people to see the value in that type of work that we're doing, it was truly a blessing. And the support is also truly amazing as well too. This is our second or third time applying for it. So it allowed me to say, hey, consistency is good too, because you may not get yes the first time or the second time, but on the third time, he gonna show up for you. And it showed up for us. And to be honest, it worked suddenly, okay? It worked. And I'm a better founder now. I'm a better business owner than when I applied 2 or 3 years ago, right? So even that wasn't about me. It really showed me the importance of the diligence and the consistency and staying focused on what we're going to do and who we're going to support and how we're going to show up for the community that we serve as well, too. So,
I love that, and well deserved.
yeah.
everything, the
Thank
three
you.
of you
So
that
we
you're
even
doing.
brought our retail partners in, like our coffees that are in retail stores, still good sell date. We donate those to food banks and Salvation Army, so other people can have specialty coffee within their workspace, within their nonprofit locations, at no cost to them.
Yeah.
So we have our retailers helping us with some of this work as well too. So it works.
Congratulations, amazing.
Thank you.
So I won't be long-winded, but I think for us, it just amplifies us to continue to do what we're doing. But for all of us, I mean, it's very simple. It can be as simple as figuring out what your lane is, and if you can donate your product or your time to an organization on a weekly, monthly basis, right? And if you can do that consistently, we can even, get more minute with it and say, just being nice to each other, during this time we live in. I think that's very important. I like your red shirt. It looks good on you, right? Just little things like that. Words matter. So I think just, saying kind words goes a long way, goes along as well.
Great answers. I have a rapid fire round for all of you, so buckle up. Just kidding. Okay. One word that describes your business
Family.
mission. Perfect.
Education.
Okay.
Impact.
Love it. 3 very strong words. I love it. The best piece of advice you've ever received as an entrepreneur.
I would say go fast. If you can execute something twice as fast as your competitor, then you can either fail or succeed faster and then get to the next thing that might work.
And failing is learning, so.
Hire slow, fire fast. Yeah, and if they're not good, it'll corrupt your business, right?
That's a good one.
Great question. I did get some great advice. Turn the cell phone off, right? So that was the advice that I was given, because we are all connected to this cell phone. And a prime example, I remember it was my wife and I's anniversary. We were looking each other in our eyes. She was telling me how, great of a guy I am. And that's a true story. She was telling me how great of a guy I am. And my phone, the vibrator went off, right? And I'm sitting there looking at her eyes, and I just tune her out now. I'm trying to figure out, I just want her to take a breath so I can tell her I need to go to the bathroom. I get up, I go to the bathroom, and it's my manufacturer overseas, and we do a 5-minute Zoom call during my anniversary.
Oof.
I know. I felt bad. I did.
Yeah, it's a tough
So
one.
I've learned, through the years that could have waited until the next day,
Turn
right?
your phone off.
So turn the phone off.
I saw you turn your phone off before you got on
I
stage.
did. Turn
You
my
have been
phone off.
practicing it. A book, podcast, or resource that has inspired your journey.
You guys all inspire me. We're past the mem stage, right? So I've talked to some great people out here.
Yeah?
They've come up to me to ask me questions, but I end up learning from them, right? So for me, being around entrepreneurs and the energy that we all bring to each other and being able to bounce off of each other, you guys are my podcast, you're my books, and so forth. So this has been fantastic for me.
I would say Walk Through Fire by Sheila Johnson. She is the former CEO and creator of BET, the TV, TV platform. She also owns the Washington Mystics and the Salamander Resort Hotel, but she has a phenomenal story on being a founder, particularly a female founder and founder of color. I would say that would be one of them. And then also John C. Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership would be my 2 books that I would recommend. And then for podcasts, I would say How I Built This, if anybody listens to that podcast.
Of course, Sky Raz.
I like that one. And then a new one I'm tuning into is called Shelf Talks. And it's for brands who are in retail and the mistakes that they've made and like what you need to do to how to prep yourself to go into the retail market. So that, and if you like true crime, I would say the True Crime podcast. They have the best stories.
Do true crime relax you? Is that
Oh
part
my
of
God, I go
what
to
is-
sleep to it. It makes me feel a little weird. I don't put that on my dating profiles, but I do listen to it all the time. That kind of keeps me grounded into other, unique things too. Yeah.
Love that.
For me, an author or book series that has been really impactful is Jim Collins' stuff, which is Good to Great, BE 2.0, which is Beyond Entrepreneurship 2.0. Like the first, 80 pages of Beyond Entrepreneurship is amazing. But everything that he has produced is all research based. It's like very little opinion. It's like here's all of the pros and cons, and this is what's worked and has proven to work. So for me, that's great.
Great. If anyone wants those again, come ask after. I should have written it down so I remembered all of the names. The first thing you do when you need to recharge as a founder?
Shut the cell phone off and leave service. I'm from Idaho. We've got some incredible mountains that are really close, and it's like that's my favorite place to be. So I just like go for a walk.
Walking and touching grass is all you need.
That's right.
Well, that was definitely mine, going outside. But for me, I go outside and sit on the patio and put my feet in the grass. And as the old folks say, just let the Lord breathe on me. It just gives me like clarity of thoughts. Just really being outside and looking at nature and being in the space. Like, you ever notice like birds aren't worried about what's going on or how they're going to eat or like where
that a lot. Yeah.
You know, and like even in the text it says for us not to be worried about those things, right? And so by me sitting there and observing that, it allows me to know it's going to work out. It's all going to work out. Take a deep breath. What really matters? And then I even ask myself, like, so you said when you're going through hard times, Lord, what is it that you're trying to teach me during this season? As opposed to me saying, why is this happening to me? Like, what are you trying to teach me during this season? It allows me to reposition how I think. And then, if nothing else fails, a glass of Pinot and a nap.
And you do have that line of coffee with...
I do. So if you happen to like spirits like your girl, we have some samples of our cognac blend out there in the hallway for you. So Le Grand Duc 1928.
We have to go try that.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I go to sleep. Really, what I do is I go to sleep. But then when I wake up, the first hour and a half of the day is mine. I go to the gym every day. I also do Muay Thai. I like to get beat up, right? So that releases a lot of tension and a lot of energy. I'm able to recalibrate. I'm able to focus. And I just keep it, at the end of the day, what we do is voluntary. We don't have to do this, right? We choose to do this, right? So I try not to put too much pressure on me at this point in life and just try to enjoy everything.
I love sleeping is more powerful than I think sometimes. When I get really stressed after 5, my husband will be like, don't worry about it now, go to sleep in the morning, rethink about it. And it always helps. The sleeping is one impact milestone. 2 more questions, by the way. One impact milestone that you're most proud of so far.
So this year, we reached 100 plus hospitals as standard issue. Now we're in more hospitals, but it's standard issue. We reached 100 plus hospitals this year, so we're very excited about that. Yeah, we're very excited about that. To date, with our Playtime bed sheets, our slumber bags, our disposables, we're hitting about 50,000 in donations. So we're really excited about that. And then, of course, Force for Good.
Yeah.
This is the biggest milestone right now. So we're really excited about that as well.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
I'll let you go while I'm thinking through mine.
I think for me, like measuring the financial impact that we do is important just because it's like it's a kind of a scorecard. It's something that like the emotional impact or the safety impact or the impact on our team from like being good employers is less easy to measure. So yeah, I think when we recently surpassed, like I said, 6 million in donations, and to me that was a big milestone that I'm pretty proud of.
Congratulations.
I would say impact for us, we're in the coffee industry, so as you guys know, it's been a unique year for us. And so I would say we're still here. We're still in business. We're still growing. We've increased our footprint. We've picked up more retail stores. We've helped more students. I think our focus, our impact has been that we've been able to continuously make impact, if that makes any sense, during these unique times. Yeah.
Amazing. Last question for everyone. If you weren't running this business, you'd be fill in the blank.
Sleep. That's what I'll be. No, honestly, I would still be in some type of capacity of giving. So be it working for a nonprofit or a great company like Amazon. but I would still be in some type of giving, program.
From my fun side, I would be a Baltimore Ravens cheerleader because they're the only professional cheerleading team that stunts, and I'm a former competition cheerleader, and that would be something that I would want to do. So being with the Ravens, and then the other thing would be just helping kids go to college. I know that seems odd, but like I enjoy everything about the application process, ACTs, SATs. I enjoy just putting those applications together and like challenging students to think about college, how they're going to it, the majors, and what schools a little differently. So I would do that for free. Oh, and wine tasting.
All great options. Yeah.
For me, I'm an entrepreneur through and through. Like I see opportunity everywhere, and I really thrive in chaos. But I think that I would just be doing something substantially similar. Even if it wasn't plant therapy, it would be something else that I'd probably be selling a product someplace and figuring out how to do that on Amazon and our website, and like trying to put all those pieces together.
Well, I think the three of you are so inspirational. What you're doing is amazing. Just by having the conversations we've had on and off stage, I was just telling some of my colleagues that it made me feel inspired, re-energized to speak to people who are so passionate about what they're doing, who are so passionate about their business, and who make others feel good. And you are kind individuals that are thinking of others. And because of that, we just wanted to give you a little something to remember the amazing work you've been doing as Force for Good winners. And this is nothing compared to all the amazing things you're doing for others, but we have Playtime Adventures here. Thanks. And to thank you so much, I can hold this if you want, for just doing all the amazing things you're doing, for being forces for good, for your great products too, and for giving us the time to hear your stories. It really has been a pleasure. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everyone for being with us today.